This is episode 51, Why ClickFunnels is my online course business platform of choice, with Mark Bangerter. Hello and welcome to the Online Course Coaching Podcast, where we deep dive into all aspects of online course creation, from concept to marketing and beyond. I'm your host, Tim Cooper, and it's a pleasure to have you with me today. Hello and welcome. I'm Tim Cooper, and I coach experts in all fields who want to expand their reach, share their knowledge, message and passion, and inspire people to live more fulfilling lives. For over 30 years, I have taught in the workplace, workshops, in the classroom and online. And if you have a message burning inside you that needs to get out into the world, contact me today. In a recent blog article on Inverse.com, Claire Groden discusses the current state of affairs at Udemy as the fallout from their recent pricing caps drive down sales and have a lot of instructors up in arms. However, what I found interesting was another underlying theme to the article, something that in my opinion needs to be addressed by every online course creator as a matter of urgency, regardless of whether you're selling $20 courses on Udemy or $2,000 courses on your own platform. The key to success is having a marketing strategy that works. Even seasoned Udemy instructors are admitting that the advantage they once held in being established with thousands of students and hundreds of reviews is marginal at best. The Udemy platform has become flooded and it's very difficult to stand out. And while Udemy brings instructors on board with promises of promoting their courses to 11 million odd students, the truth is, for the majority of instructors, Udemy promotions net little to no result. So what's the plan of attack for an online course creator looking to build a sustainable business in the online education niche? Well, the answer is marketing, and this leads to the platform you choose to publish your courses to. Does it, like Udemy, cross-promote other instructors' courses on your sales page? Well, that's less than ideal. Does it give you access to the student email addresses so you can communicate with them when and how you want? Does it allow you to build an email list of those who didn't buy your course so that you can continue to market to them or maybe offer them a different option? In April 2016, I discovered ClickFunnels and all the power it offered. I got very excited back then and remain extremely excited about the platform to this day. In this interview, Mark Bangerter, Head of Customer Education at ClickFunnels, walks us through just some of the functionality ClickFunnels has to offer. Now, for those of you who usually just listen to my podcast episodes, I would invite you to visit the show notes for Mark's interview at ecoursedomination.com/51, so you can watch the screen share walkthrough that Mark provides. Now, as always, we want to be providing information that you want to know about. We want to be answering your questions. So please email me at asktim@ecoursedomination.com. That's asktim@ecoursedomination.com, and we'll get your question answered. Also, if you feel you have something to offer our audience, once again, please email me at asktim@ecoursedomination.com, and we'll get something organized. But now, with no further ado, let's cross over to the interview. Okay, hello and welcome to the Online Course Coaching Podcast. And today's guest holds a master's degree in internet marketing from Full Sail University and has a background in the e-commerce and retail space, where he has helped launch funnels, products and businesses in a number of categories. He's a published author and head of customer education at ClickFunnels, where he creates educational and engaging content for users of this dynamic platform. And it's with great pleasure that I welcome Mark Bangerter to the show. Welcome, Mark.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
I'm going great. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. I'm really excited to be talking to you today because, full disclosure here, I am an absolute fan of ClickFunnels. I'm sitting here in my Funnel Hackers shirt. So, I love the system. And as I said, I'm currently moving all my stuff over to ClickFunnels for the reasons we're going to discuss today. But before we get into the interview, can you just give listeners a little bit of background about yourself?
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, I'm the head of customer education at ClickFunnels, and actually part of that is I'm actually in charge of our ClickStart program as well. And so what that is new users to the platform, or even existing users, they can sign up for our ClickStart program where they get 5 hour-long sessions where we take them through, how to set up ClickFunnels, the strategy behind that, and basically help them build out their first funnel or funnels. And so that's part of what I do here as well. So I've been with ClickFunnels almost almost since the beginning. I came on board probably 6 months after the initial launch. And before that, like you said, I was doing product and brand development. And so we would have clients who would come to us. And for example, we had a client in Canada that had 100 different retail locations. And they would come to us and say, hey, can you get us this product? And so we would create the product, come up with a name, outsource, wherever the manufacturing, if that was in China or a local manufacturer, whatever that might be, and get the product made, designed, everything, and deliver the product to the client. And then we had clients who were selling online, retail stores, all sorts of different things. And that's actually how I came across ClickFunnels, is we started using ClickFunnels in that business. And what's funny is actually even before that, how I got into internet marketing is I was in real estate. And I was a real estate broker, and I got into real estate in 2006, so 10 years ago. And wow, I just realized it was 10 years ago. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But as you may know, here in the States, that was a really, really good time for real estate for a very short period. And it was probably less than a year later that the entire real estate market just collapsed completely. And so, here I am going into real estate thinking I'm going to, all you do is you walk down a street and put a sign in front of a house and make $10,000 commissions. I thought that's what was going to happen, because that's what all my friends were doing. And all of a sudden, everything changes. And so I started looking to the internet to market. I said, there wasn't a lot of real estate agents at that time who were using the internet to market themselves. And that's actually how I got into internet marketing. So I realized I enjoyed internet marketing a lot more than I enjoyed real estate. And so that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome. I'm finding that I'm enjoying marketing a lot too. So I suppose the question today is, why ClickFunnels? Because with all those other platforms and self-hosting options out there, and many of which I've tried, why should online course creators go with ClickFunnels? What are some of the key points before we actually get through into the walkthrough? So what are some key points that would interest an online course developer?
Well, I think what it might be, one, the simplicity of using the platform as compared to other platforms, and two, just the all-inclusiveness. I know with some other platforms, you can create a course, but that's all you can do. So then you need to go and find another service where you sell that course, your shopping cart, right? Then you need to find another service to create the pages. And so it's kind of putting together all these different components, whereas in ClickFunnels, it's all there. You really don't need any other services with ClickFunnels besides an email server to send out your emails. That's really about it. And then obviously a merchant processor, which you would need anywhere, like Stripe or Braintree or something like that to process the payments. But you're not piecing together a bunch of different components from a bunch of different services.
And that's a big thing, because even though I do have a bit of a background in IT, and originally when I set my system up, I had WordPress and Optimized Press and Wishlist Member and Affiliate WP, and I had all these bits and pieces, and if something breaks, it's very hard to sort of work out which piece of the puzzle is letting everything else down. And even in that setup, I didn't even have a nice cart. People just go to a very generic, ugly looking PayPal screen. So I suppose one of the biggest things that I like a lot about ClickFunnels is firstly the amount of training that is available. That Russell is an absolute whiz, and he gives away what other people would charge for. Like, he just gives away so freely. And I've been a big student of Russell's over the last few months, and I've come a long way with that. And I think as you say, is the all-inclusiveness and the simple fact that it gives you the opportunity to build any page that you want to make up your course. And I think the other thing we're going to talk about is the ability to restructure your course. Like when I first came across ClickFunnels, it was part of the Authority Super Summit. I actually heard Russell speak there, and at that time I had a premium course for $497 for struggling massage therapists. Now, I don't know, there probably won't be too many struggling massage therapists out there with $497 in the bank. And so then I saw this concept here. So I saw this concept of the value ladder, and I went, that's what I need. I need to, you know, to bring them in, and then they can choose themselves the, you know, the level of help that they need.
Right.
And once again, ClickFunnels, I think, is the only way that you can sort of have these one-click upsells and downsells that work so seamlessly, both to put together for the builder, but also just so easy to navigate for the user.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of on that same note, it's a lot of people don't know the kind of how ClickFunnels got started a little bit, and this is, I mean, it's just kind of the legend that's been handed down or whatever. But really it started when Russell had the idea, because he wanted a platform that he could do things on his own. He's not a tech guy, he's not a programmer. There's when it comes to technical things, there's very little things that he actually knows how to do. He's just always outsourced those types of things. And so he was tired of needing to outsource, the design of his pages to a designer who would take a few weeks, and then get a programmer who might take up to 8 weeks, or whatever it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And, kind of just outsourcing all these different things, when he realized he could just, if he had something where he could do it himself, that it would cut down on that amount of time. And so now, he tells the story. He's like, if I have an idea for something in the middle of the night, I just wake up, start building a funnel, and by the time it's morning, I'm done. I have a completed funnel ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just cut down on that need of, in the past, when you were building a sales funnel or a course or whatever it might be, to outsource to all these different people.
Mm. And as we mentioned earlier on too, the all-inclusiveness of it, like I suppose one of my favorite ways to sell my courses or get my courses out there is via webinar. And of course, ClickFunnels has a way to either, got the perfect webinar script, as well as the ability to host evergreen webinars so that you can just, click things over day and night. But I think now's a pretty good time to take us through a tour of. So what are we going to? So are we going to sort of start with an opt-in page into a membership, or what are you going to show us today?
So the funnel that I have here is really what you might see for just kind of a general funnel. I don't have a membership page in here, but what I'll do is I'll show you how easy it is to add a page. So this funnel here, we have a squeeze page, and that's going to take the user into the sales page. Now, the cool thing about this is you don't really have to piece these pages together either, because the system knows that when somebody opts in on a page, or they submit a form, it automatically takes them to the next page in the funnel. And so that's going to be the step below. And so, on this squeeze page, you have them opt in. You might have a video saying, get a free ebook, or get access to this exclusive video, something like that, right? You have your lead magnet. Then you take them to the sales page, and on the sales page, you're gonna fulfill on that, right? You might have a download link, or maybe a video that you're going to show them. But then you're also going to present your offer, and you can have your pricing, or however you want to pitch that on your sales page. And this is typically where you would have your VSL or your sales letter. And then from there, you're going to take them to the order form. And so once they're on the order form, they can place the order for the product, and they put in their credit card information, and then it's going to take them automatically after that to the OTO page. And you can have multiple OTOs. I only have one example in this funnel here. So you can have downsells as well. And so the way that the downsell would work is, if somebody said no to the upsell, you could send them to a downsell page. But if they say yes to the upsell, it's going to skip over that downsell page. So that way, not everybody sees that downsell. And then once they've completed, this upsell page is a one-click upsell. And so when somebody clicks the yes button, it's going to charge their card right away. Now, a question I get a lot actually is, when does it actually charge them? So, for example, they place the order on the order form, then they go to the upsell page, and people are worried that if somebody leaves the upsell page, because that happens, it might take you to an upsell page, and you're like, I don't want to see any upsells, so you just close out the browser, right? And so it's actually already processed the payment for this order, so that payment is safe. It's not adding to a cart to process at the end, right? Like you would see with an e-commerce site. If somebody leaves your e-commerce site without, finalizing the checkout, then you've lost that sale. In this case, the sale comes first, and then it's showing them the upsells. They click one button, and then they're shown basically the order confirmation would be like the order summary. And then what I have here, this is just kind of a strategy I like to use, is for people who don't take the upsell, what I'll do is I'll add them to a list in Actionetics. And Actionetics is what you can use to build out all your email sequences. We call them action funnels. And so I'll add, if somebody doesn't purchase here, I can set that up. I can set up an automation that's going to trigger anyone who sees this page but doesn't purchase. It's going to add them to a specific list. When they get added to that list, they're going to receive the emails in my action funnel, and it's going to encourage them to come back and buy my upsell. And that's what this second order page is here. I have another order page for that same upsell product because you can't just send them right back to this upsell page because it's because they have to enter their credit card information again if they've already left the page. It's not gonna. We don't store the credit card information for security and everything like that. And then these two pages down here, these are just some pages I was messing around with and that are still in the funnel, so they don't really have anything to do with this funnel. But now, so let's just say you're selling your course. You might have an upsell to access even more content within that course. You have to fulfill that course, right? So you're going to need a membership area. So we're going to add two steps here. And so I'm going to add a membership access page. And this is going to be the page where users log in. And so it's creating that step. It's going to take just a couple seconds, depending on how fast my internet connection is right now. And then we're going to need to select, these are all the different page types we can select up here from the top. We're going to need to select a member access template. And so here's some of the login templates we can use. I usually go with a more simple template. You can preview the template. It's going to open it up in a new tab. You can preview it. I'm going to select that one, and it's going to build out that page. And now I have a completed funnel step. And so I can then open this page up in the page editor and start editing that page. So the other step that I need, though, while that's opening up in the editor, I need a membership area page. So I'm going to add my membership area page, and it's going to create that funnel step. And then back over here in the page editor, you can see you'll see all these kind of boxes appear, right, as I hover my mouse. The green boxes, those are sections. So that's kind of the base container for the page. And you can have your sections, this one's set to be extra small. I can actually have it set to be the full width of the page if I like. And so you have all these different options for width. And then you can actually even just drag elements around anywhere on the page. If I want the logo down here at the bottom instead, I can move my logo down there. I can put it back up here. I can reorder all these different things. So this element here, this is going to be the member access. This is what they're going to use to create their account and also log in the next time they come back to the page. So you can see, these pages are fully customizable. If I wanted to, I could delete everything on this page and start completely from scratch, which is actually what I do most of the time, just because it's a lot easier for me to start from scratch than to plug something into a funnel, into a template. But I recommend to anyone just getting started, use the templates. It's a lot easier. Now back here, we're going to go to the membership area page, and we're going to choose a template for our membership area. Now, this is going to be a little bit different of a funnel step here. The way that this works is you're going to see here we have different sections. Well, we only have one section now, and then there's lessons. But I can add multiple sections. So I can make this my second section, and that's going to add a new section. Then I can add a new lesson, and I'm going to select the second section. This is going to be lesson 2. Then I can choose a template. I can do a video lesson or a resource list. And once again, these lessons you can customize completely however you want. Now, the other thing you can do is you can have a drip delay on these lessons. So if you want to give people access to a new lesson every day, you can do that. You would just set the first lesson to have a delay of 1 day, the second lesson to have a delay of 2 days, and so on. And it's evergreen. So no matter when somebody signs up, if I sign up today, I'm going to get access to lesson 2 tomorrow. If you sign up next week, you'll get access to lesson 2 the day after that. So completely evergreen on that as well. Oh, I didn't add, I closed it out instead of actually creating the lesson. So let's do that again real quick. And we'll do a video lesson, create lesson. So now I have a lesson down here. And the cool thing is when you create these lessons, you can actually then, you can customize it, and I'll show you what that looks like. So there's this editor for your lessons. And you're actually just doing the lesson, and this lesson is going to appear in a small section of the page. And so you don't have as many features available here, but once you've customized this, you can customize your colors and your fonts and everything like that, add your video, buttons, however you want that to be, and then you save it. You can actually just duplicate that lesson, and that'll be your template for each lesson. And so you just duplicate that and just create, as many lessons as you need, and then go in and, you can swap out the video URL, change the headline, and really you got pretty much all your lessons. So you can see here I have all those lessons. Now, to show you what the membership area page looks like, it's kind of a standard format for membership where you're going to have your navigation menu over here. And it doesn't show anything right now because it's in the page editor. And this is the content. So this is what I was showing you in that lesson editor. That's going to display right here in this section. So that's why it's a smaller editor. And so you can, customize your logo. You can add any links you need. You can add text. I mean, you can actually even add brand new sections if you want. You can customize this really however you want. If you want your lesson to be over here and the navigation over here, you can do that. I don't recommend it because honestly, it just doesn't look that good. But if you could do that, and then you have a right side navigation instead of a left side navigation. That works too. And so just kind of depends on however you want to set that up. Now, I'll show you what it looks like in the preview. We'll be able to see how it's actually going to look on the live page. So now you see I have my navigation over here, and then I can click on each lesson, and they're not going to change because they're the exact same template. I think this one is probably, yeah, that's a different lesson. And so I have collapsible navigation so people can navigate through each section, and then they can go through and they can, go through all your lessons. So it's a great vehicle for content delivery. You can set it up on a drip delay. They're not even going to be able to see the lessons if it's on a drip delay. And you can customize these and brand them however you really need to. And I mean, that's a pretty quick and rough overview, really, of ClickFunnels. There's some other things as well. Setting up. You can use your own custom domains. You can integrate with your payment processor. I mentioned the emails and things like that. So I mean, you can really run your entire business just out of ClickFunnels.
Absolutely, and the other thing there too is that you can actually restrict access to those sections too, can't you? So if you've got a special sort of VIP bonus area in your course that was an additional purchase, then you can just actually hide that to only those people who took that option. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So you just choose which product, and they have to purchase this product, or you can do multiple products as well, and they have to purchase those products in order to get access. And you can also do a free membership area if you want. So this URL here, you just send that to someone and they're going to be able to register. But anything that you have restricted, they're not going to be able to see unless they purchase the product. And so,
so you could give away a couple of free lessons, just so people can see what the course is about, and then sort of encourage them to buy the rest of the course that way.
Exactly. Yep. Kind of like a teaser.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, and I've also invested in the in the full suite, because we know we've got the contact management system, which I think is absolutely amazing, but also the built-in affiliate system, which these days is I think one of the best ways to sell your product outside of webinars is to build an army of affiliates to sell it for you.
Absolutely.
And I just love the way, but once again, we're talking about something that's all together in one place, integrated. It's just a no-brainer that when you set up your product within the order form, you select whether that's actually going to appear as an affiliate offer for affiliates, and then the other thing that I do in my course is I actually have an affiliate sign up link in the navigation bar for the members area of the course. So, and I encourage my students saying, well, if you like this, you only get 40% commission. So if you introduce 3 peers, so if you go out and tell people about this and 3 people buy it, you've actually got this course for free and you've got some money in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And so that's another great way to promote.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And they're saying, and of course, this is just a dynamic platform. It's changing all the time. There's new stuff coming out all the time. There is additional training. Like I said, I've invested in Russell's Funnel U program as well. So if you want to leg up or want to get into the more intricacies of building successful funnels, I highly recommend that. And then, of course, there's this other fantastic tool that I just picked up the other day called Funnel Scripts, which helps you create the copy for your opt-in page and your sales pages and your sales videos and webinars and all sorts of stuff. It's absolutely, Facebook ads, it's crazy. And I mean, I've spent up to I don't know how much I've spent doing copywriting courses, and then this program comes out and does 98% of the work for you. So
I actually pulled that up right here so they can see. It's you basically, so it has a training. There's all these different types of scripts, you know, for sales letters, OTO pages. There's even one for the perfect webinar, and you just fill out the information, and then you click submit, or you can download a text file, and it gives you the script or the copy for your entire page, and pretty amazing.
Well, say for an online course creator or for a creator, you could go to the script that creates a title. So if you want to either bring out a lead magnet, or you want to bring out a new course, or you want to create a webinar, and you're having trouble coming up with a catchy title, you can go to the script that creates titles for you, fill in about 4 or 5 boxes, and it spits out 100 odd titles for you to choose from.
Yeah,
it's it really takes it gets you up and running quickly. Like on the weekend, I actually have a dropship product, so trying to dip my toes in many businesses, and I just went through the scripts, and I did the script for the page. I did I borrowed heavily from Russell's last Funnel Friday demonstration, but then I went into the Facebook ads, built a Facebook ad all from Funnel Scripts, and I wasn't sitting here scratching my head worrying about what is a good catchy
right.
It's fantastic, and I mean, as it said, what is an online course created this for? For your titles, for how to build your opt-in pages, your sales pages, your webinars, everything.
The only thing is
everything
not to
the
create content for your course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Now,
Absolutely.
if you could come up with something for that, some kind of course creation automation, I think that would be that'd be quite a few $1 million in your pocket if you could come up with something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is look, as you can see, and I hope you can see the reason why I am still in the process of bringing all my courses over onto ClickFunnels, because I've got lots of other things happening as well. But look, all my opt-in pages for my sites are now over onto ClickFunnels. And it's beautiful. Like in saying, like, even in the order process, if they enter their name and email address, but then drop out of the order form, not even the OTA form, you've still got, it still saves their name and email address, so you can do a follow up and saying, I know she dropped out,
right,
and you can keep on marketing.
Yeah, you can set up an abandoned cart email to go out to them and get them to come back. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That online course creators should really look at that number one step in that funnel and the squeeze page, and don't just send people off to your sales page. Right? Offer them a lead magnet or something, get their email address, because as we know, sometimes we've got to touch a prospect, well, let's say on average about 7 times, but sometimes it's even more, like 14 times. So
right.
Send them to get their contact, and so that you can keep on marketing to them. So they may not pick your course up today, but who knows the reason why they didn't jump on it. It could be financial, or the time might not be right.
Yeah.
But if you keep on in contact with them, Mark, is there anything else that you particularly want to mention?
Well, I think, you mentioned Actionetics a little bit, and I think it would be kind of cool just to show the power of Actionetics a little bit. And so I just have this demo action funnel here. This is just my demo account. I don't actually do anything with this account.
Yeah.
But so this is an action funnel. And so you can see if somebody was added to this action funnel after opting into a list, they'd get an email on step 1. Step 2, they'd get a text. Step 3, they'd get a slide broadcast. And what that is, slide broadcast is actually a third-party service where they will send someone a voicemail and it slips it in right into their voicemail inbox. And it doesn't even ring their phone. And so it's really good for like if somebody registers for a webinar or if somebody purchases the product, you can send them a slide voicemail, right? And say, hey, it looks like you just registered. Sorry I missed you. Just wanted to say thanks and look forward to seeing you on the webinar. Something like that.
Yep.
And they're like, wow, this guy called me just because I registered. They get excited and makes it feel good.
That's clever.
And then you can see here all the delays I have set, right? Like that would go out after an hour. And then I could actually remove them from a list at that point, or I can add them to a different list. I have another email going out here after 1 day. I have another email going out after 2 days, another one going out after 4 days. On the 5th day, I have a ZenDirect integration. And what that is ZenDirect is another third-party service where you can send people anything in the mail. So you can send them postcards, mailers, brochures. You can even send them brownies. So you can send them gifts, things like that. And it would all be automated. It would send right here from Actionetics, send them, say, hey, send this person a package of brownies. And then on day 6, I say add to Infusionsoft. So I can even actually, if I'm using another service, because we integrate, even though you can do everything inside ClickFunnels, we integrate with quite a few other services, Zapier, Infusionsoft, Entreport. We have you can even use webhooks to customize even further. So there's a lot that you can do. And so I can even say I want to add them to a campaign in Infusionsoft, and then I'm going to send them another email here on day 7. But let's just say like on day 7, I only want this email to go to certain people. That might be an email that I only want to go to people who have never bought my product, and I don't want it to go to people who have bought the product. So I can add a rule down here, and I'm going to base this. You see there's actually a bunch of different things. I can add a rule based on their social following. I can say, you know what, I want to send this email to someone who has over 1,000 Facebook followers. Or I only want to send this email to somebody who lives in, California. Or I want to send this email to someone who has never visited my membership area page. Or someone who has, who has never purchased my product. And I mean, there's so many more other things you can do. You can even base it off of whether they have opened or never opened or clicked or never clicked the links in an email step. So I can say, I have email step number 1 here. If I wanted this to go to people who never opened that email, I can do that. And so that way I can have those follow-up emails that go out maybe with a different subject line, to get that secondary open rate, right? So, I mean, you can see the potential of what you can do with those different rules as well. So it's a pretty powerful system coming soon. I know that it's actually available to some people already, but with Actionetics, you can, and everyone will be able to soon. It's still, I think what it is, it's just the ramping up process that Facebook has. But there's some people right now that are able to add contacts to a custom audience in Facebook. So if somebody opts in on your page but doesn't buy a product, you could add them to a custom audience on Facebook to start remarketing to them, or however you want to do that. So you can really dial in that advertising, and so it's pretty cool.
That's powerful, and that's the main reason why I decided to go for the full suite, is because of that power, everything in the one place. And like, you don't need hosting, because everything's hosted on ClickFunnels, so you can set up your custom domains, and that's really, really quick. Like, I've done that because at the moment I think I've got 4 or 5 custom domains set up in ClickFunnels. It's super quick. So yeah, you can save money on hosting. if you wish to use ActionX, you don't have to have a third-party autoresponder service. You don't need a cart. You've got your affiliate program built in, and plus, I said you've got the ability to build all these different styles. And if you want to build a blog, you can build a blog off it. Like, there's no restriction to the type of page that you can build.
Yep.
So that's why that's why ClickFunnels is my system of choice, just because of that versatility, and it does everything that I need for my business, and obviously a lot more. Like, I haven't even started on honing in on those special rules for, because that just takes it all to the next level. But you can just see, and I love the way that, when I go into my contact list, and it will actually show me their social status as far as if they've actually got a big following, or
I don't know if I have any legitimate contacts in here. Well, let's see. I might. I don't know, because this is my demo account, so I don't know if I have any. Let's see. Oh, this looks like a real one here. So, well, it's not. Nah, it's not, that one's not showing it. Hold on, I'm going to try another one that I think might work. So if I go view all my contacts, because it only works if it's a email address that's connected with their social media accounts.
That's it.
So let's see this one here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so here you go. You see it pulls in their Pinterest site, their LinkedIn, their Clout, Facebook. It's their Gravatar, Twitter, and then it gives them an action score based on if they've purchased, pages they visited, things like that. So that's pretty cool.
It's powerful. So basically, you're not really restricted to anything within that system, and it just feeds you so much information.
Yeah.
It's perfect. All right, and of course, in the show notes for the show, I once again, being totally transparent, I do have an affiliate link for ClickFunnels, and I'll be putting that into the show notes for the show. That if you want to get a free 14-day trial, you can hook in and have a play, and take it for a test drive. I think you'll be impressed.
Awesome.
Is there anything else, Mark, or have we basically nailed it?
We've covered it all.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Mark. I know you're a busy man, and ClickFunnels is such a dynamic and growing platform. And I know there's new things on the horizon. I've seen
lots
of
exciting
coming out. Yeah, it never stops, and that's the other thing that's exciting about this, is that this platform grows with you. You're not sort of stuck.
Right.
It's cutting edge all the way, and it is very, very exciting times. So thank you very much for your time, Mark, and for taking us for a tour.
All right.
Very much appreciated. Well, I hope you found the information that Mark shared useful, and you can see why I'm so excited about what ClickFunnels has to offer. Now, you will find links to the Funnel Scripts tool, Funnel University, plus your link to a free 14-day trial of ClickFunnels over on the show notes at ecoursedomination.com/51. That's numbers 5 and 1. ecoursedomination.com/51. Once again, if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please pop over to iTunes and leave a rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help to rank the show, and the more people who can find us, the more people we can help. So that's a good thing. Now, if you leave a 5-star review, please send me an email letting me know that you left a review and what country you're from, and I'll give you a shout out on the show. And finally, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast. I know we live in a busy world and we're bombarded with information, opinions, and views. So just for the simple fact that you took the time to listen to this podcast, I truly do appreciate you. And I hope the information I share is helping you work towards creating the online course creation business of your dreams. And until next time, take care.